scene opens in a bright, sun-washed courtyard designed in an elegant Mediterranean style. Warm terracotta roofs slope gently above whitewashed walls, and sunlight filters through leafy trees, scattering soft golden flares across the plaza. Tall, graceful lampposts stand in orderly rows, guiding visitors toward an arched gateway positioned at the heart of the square. This central building, with its 3 harmonious arches and a small balcony overhead, feels almost like the ceremonial entrance to an important gathering place. Faint silhouettes of people wander through the space, as though they are slowly arriving for an upcoming event. The atmosphere is peaceful yet filled with a sense of expectation, as if this courtyard is the beginning of a story, where relationships, secrets, and plans are about to unfold. The narrative shifts indoors, where 2 young women stand together, engaged in a lively yet serious conversation. The girl on the left, confident and animated, gestures emphatically as she speaks. Her bright blue eyes sparkle with determination, clearly believing in the importance of what she is saying. Behind them, a blurred storefront sign hints that they are speaking right outside a shop or a cafe. Facing her is a second girl with long, pink hair, her expression uneasy and hesitant. She listens, but doubt clouds her eyes. A speech bubble from the first girl insists that this party they are discussing is a rare opportunity, one that must not be missed, especially if the goal is to persuade someone named Nan Gong Lee. Meanwhile, the pink-haired girl quietly admits her insecurity, confessing that she does not feel suited for the party at all. Her uncertainty creates a gentle emotional tension between the 2 friends. The focus shifts downward to show the girls from the waist up, revealing more of their outfits and posture. The confident girl, dressed in a sporty black outfit, continues her persuasive explanation. Her body language is firm and assured, as though she is trying to dispel every trace of doubt her friend has. She explains that the young master of the Mu family personally invited the pink-haired girl, emphasizing that this is not just any invitation. It carries weight and purpose. The information grows more intricate as she recounts a family connection. The father of Mu Zi-chin rose to success because he once married a lady from the prestigious Nanbang family. Hearing this, the pink-haired girl stands quietly in her pastel blue sweater and soft pink skirt, her hands lightly clenched, as she absorbs the significance of this revelation. The atmosphere feels filled with unspoken expectations, as though the girl is being drawn into a world of influential families and complicated destinies. The scene opens with a quiet, reflective atmosphere as 2 figures walk side by side. Only their legs are visible, one wearing dark pants and casual sneakers, the other in elegant red heels paired with pale stockings. Over this simple moment, heavy memories surface. More than 10 years ago, Zishen's mother had suddenly passed away due to illness. The truth behind her death had been concealed, hidden away so thoroughly that not a single scrap of news escaped. 2 years after that loss, his father remarried. The woman he married brought along her own son, Mu Si-chuan. Another story overlaps this one. Nan Gong Li, who was not born into the family but adopted. Lady Shu'er, protected carefully by the Nan Gong household, becomes the focus of concern. No one truly knows what she likes. Because of that, choosing the right gift for her becomes a delicate task, something that must be handled with extreme care. The scene shifts to a bright, open shopping district. 2 young women, each with soft, colorful hair and expressive eyes, greet each other with a friendly wave. One of them, with long strawberry blonde hair tied neatly, speaks with cheerful practicality. "There are so many shops here," she suggests, raising her hand lightly. "If we split up, it'll be faster." Her companion, dressed in a soft blue top that falls off one shoulder, listens attentively. The lively light in their eyes and the gentle breeze around them give the moment a casual, pleasant feeling. 2 friends preparing for a task that matters more than it appears on the surface. Now the focus draws onto the girl in blue as she walks alone through a wide outdoor walkway filled with blurred silhouettes of people passing by. While the sun is bright and the street lively, her thoughts are clouded. Her head is slightly bowed, her long pinkish hair falling forward as if mirroring her uncertainty. In her mind, Shang Shang's words repeat. Convincing Nang Gong, Li depends entirely on the upcoming party. Everything may hinge on that single event, but despite knowing this, she can't help wondering, how should she deal with such a complicated situation? With each step she takes through the crowd, her worries deepen, pressing quietly on her heart. In the first scene, a soft blush of surprise spreads across the girl's delicate face. Her wide, sparkling violet eyes shimmer with a mix of awe and admiration, as if something or someone has stolen her breath away. She lifts a slender hand to her lips, frozen mid-gesture, unable to hide her amazement. Her long pink hair cascades down her shoulders, glowing under the warm light, making her look almost ethereal herself. At that moment, a single thought echoes loudly in her heart. This girl is so beautiful. The perspective widens, revealing what has captured her attention. She stands quietly in the open walkway of a sunlit plaza, gazing ahead with a sense of wonder. In the distance, another girl stands near a shop window, bathed in a gentle golden glow, as if touched by the afternoon sun. Her graceful figure, wrapped in a soft blue dress, seems to blend with the serene sky behind her. From where the pink-haired girl stands, the scene feels almost unreal, like witnessing a vision descending from the heavens. And in that silent, breathless moment, the thought bursts forth, like an angel. In the final scene, the mysterious girl in blue steps fully into view. Surrounded by a dreamy backdrop of pale flowers and soft pink light, she raises her hand with a gentle, elegant motion. Her long dark hair flows behind her as she offers a shy, graceful wave, her expression calm yet inviting. The delicate ribbons and lace of her dress shimmer subtly, enhancing her already serene presence. It is as if she is greeting the world with quiet charm, her gestures simple, yet carrying a warmth that lingers. The hallway was quiet, lit only by the soft glow reflecting off the pale walls. A girl with long, pink hair tied neatly into a high ponytail leaned gently toward another girl whose back was turned. Her expression was warm, her eyes curved into a kind smile as she spoke. Dressed in a loose, sky-blue sweater that slid slightly off her shoulder, she carried an air of gentle confidence. In front of her stood a younger girl with long, shiny violet hair tied with a bow at the top of her head. She seemed small and hesitant, almost fragile in the moment. With genuine concern, the pink-haired girl asked softly, "Girl, do you need help?" Her voice broke the silence like a lifeline, offering comfort to someone who looked as though she needed it. Later, the violet-haired girl sat alone at a restaurant table by a wide window. Sunlight streamed in, scattering warm reflections across the room and illuminating her delicate features. She wore a pale blue dress decorated with lace and ribbon, giving her an almost doll-like elegance. Before her was a plate of food, carefully arranged vegetables and a piece of meat she slowly lifted to her mouth with a fork. Her eyes were closed as if savoring every small bite, though a hint of sadness or exhaustion lingered in her expression. Beside her, a tall glass of strawberry drink glowed like a jewel in the light, untouched and waiting. The quiet atmosphere around her made it seem as though she was trying to enjoy the meal, yet still felt strangely alone at the table meant for more than one. The scene brightened into a cheerful dessert shop filled with soft pastel colors and towers of ice cream displays. The violet-haired girl now stood smiling brightly, her earlier solemnness replaced by genuine excitement. She looked up at the person beside her, the same pink-haired girl from before, her eyes curved into crescents of joy. Behind her, colorful ice cream cones and sweet treats decorated the background like a festival of desserts. With a hopeful voice and a playful smile, she asked, "Sister, can you invite me to eat ice cream, okay?" Her tone was light, childlike, and full of expectancy, as though the simple treat meant far more than just dessert. It was a chance to feel cared for. In the softly lit cafe, a girl with long, flowing pink hair sits across the table, her cheeks faintly tinted as she rests her chin on her hand. Her bright lavender eyes shimmer with a gentle warmth, and when she smiles, it is as if the entire room becomes a little lighter. She wears an oversized pastel blue sweater that drapes comfortably over her shoulders, giving her an effortlessly cute appearance. A tall glass of strawberry red drink with cream piled on top rests near her elbow, adding a splash of color to the scene. From the perspective of the person sitting opposite her, thoughts spill out like a quiet confession. "This Nyanya girl is so cute. She looks so adorable when she smiles." The moment feels tender, almost dreamy, as if the world has slowed just to frame this single image of her. But the dreamy mood quickly snaps back to reality. The scene bursts into bright, chaotic orange shapes, as though the narrator's thoughts have erupted into alarm. Papers flutter through the air dramatically, as if tossed by a sudden emotional whirlwind. The same pink-haired girl is now clutching her head in exaggerated distress, overwhelmed by the realization of just how expensive this charming companion's appetite has turned out to be. Internal monologue spills out in a frantic rush. "Who would have thought this girl had a bottomless stomach? Her ice cream meal alone cost me more than 1,000 yuan. And now dinner, more than 3,000 yuan. That's enough money to buy Sansan a brand new phone. Oh my!" The exaggerated shock fills the frame, transforming the calm earlier atmosphere into comedic despair. The final image exaggerates the emotion even further. The pink-haired girl appears in a chibi form, tiny and dramatic as she flings her arms up and squeezes her eyes shut. Her expression is a mix of frustration and helplessness, represented by a little heart-shaped mouth that seems to cry out silently. Her pastel blue sweater and peach-colored skirt flutter as she leaps, or perhaps collapses, under the weight of her financial heartbreak. Around her, bright orange shapes emphasize the intensity of her reaction, making her look like a character who has reached the peak of comedic despair. Despite her troubles, the scene remains charming and humorous, turning her exaggerated suffering into something endearing. The scene opens on a bright, peaceful street with white buildings and terracotta roofs glowing under a clear blue sky. Two girls walk side by side, their hands gently intertwined as they blend into the bustle of the town around them. The younger girl, dressed in an elaborate lavender outfit adorned with ribbons and lace, tilts her head up toward the taller girl beside her. Her wide blue eyes are filled with concern. "Sister," she asks softly, "you almost don't eat anything. Aren't you hungry?" Her voice is innocent, almost timid, as though she fears the answer. The taller girl, with long, flowing pink hair and warm, purple eyes, turns toward her with a calm smile, unaware of the storm brewing beneath that gentle question. The view shifts downward, focusing on their clasped hands and the contrast between their outfits, one dressed in delicate pastel frills, the other in a simpler but stylish combination of a soft sweater and a peach-colored skirt. The pink-haired girl replies lightly, her tone reassuring but oddly distant. "I've already eaten. I'm not hungry. By the way, have your relatives visited you recently? A girl like you shouldn't wander around alone. It's too dangerous. Let me take you home, okay? Her words, though spoken gently, carry an unmistakable edge of authority, as though she is trying to guide or perhaps control the younger girl's steps. Suddenly, the mood shifts. The younger girl's expression stiffens, her brows pulling together sharply. The background bursts with streaks of dramatic light, reflecting the jolt of emotion inside her. Her blue eyes widened, not with fear, but with realization. Something in the older girl's tone has changed. Something feels wrong. And in that instant, the narration declares what her heart senses. Suddenly changed. The young girl, dressed in an elegant light blue dress trimmed with lace, suddenly twists away from the hand reaching toward her. Her long purple hair flows behind her as she takes a step back, eyes wide with frustration and desperation. "I don't want to go home," she cries out, her voice echoing with both stubbornness and desperation. The background blurs with motion lines, emphasizing the sudden push she makes to free herself. The scene feels tense, like a child fighting for her small moment of freedom, refusing to be pulled away. The scene shifts outdoors, where sunlight glows warmly over a bustling plaza filled with indistinct figures. The little girl in the blue dress darts into the crowd, becoming smaller and smaller as she runs farther away. Behind her, a woman with long pink hair reaches out urgently, her expression filled with worry. "Yeah, don't run around," she calls, her voice strained with the fear of losing sight of the girl. But the child is already disappearing between the silhouettes of strangers, moving too quickly for the women to catch up. Now standing amidst the crowd, the pink-haired woman scans the area anxiously. People walk past her, unaware of her growing panic. She lifts a hand to her lips, thinking hard, her brows furrowing with worry. "Where's she?" she murmurs to herself. She's grown up, so she probably won't get lost." Despite her attempt to reassure herself, the uncertainty lingers in her eyes. She turns left and right, searching for the familiar figure of the girl, hoping she hasn't ventured too far. On a bustling city street, where sunlight spills across glass windows and tall buildings tower overhead, a young woman stands before a food stall, clutching her stomach with a look of quiet desperation. Her long pink hair drapes over her shoulders, and her pastel blue sweater contrasts softly with her coral skirt. She gazes longingly through the transparent glass of the food booth, where a vendor in a mask carefully prepares a warm sandwich. The aroma seems to reach her even through the barrier, stirring her hunger further. Above her, a thought hangs heavily in the air. So hungry. In this brief moment, everything around her blurs. The crowd, the city noise, even the vendor's movements, leaving only her empty stomach and the tempting sight of food just within reach. Now holding a freshly bought sandwich in both hands, the pink-haired girl's eyes widen in surprise. Her expression is a blend of confusion and guilt, as though she had been unexpectedly caught in the middle of a secret. The sandwich is still wrapped neatly, untouched, pressed carefully between her palms. Behind her startled look, a voice confronts her sharply. "You're lied. Obviously you haven't had lunch. Why are you lying to me?" The words strike her like a sudden gust, leaving her frozen for an instant. Her grip tightens slightly around the food, and her lips part as if she wants to defend herself, but cannot find the right words. The simple sandwich has become evidence that betrays her attempt to hide her own hunger. Standing beside her is a girl with deep purple hair tied back with a matching ribbon, looking up with a mixture of concern and disbelief. The pink-haired girl turns her head slightly, frustration and helplessness coloring her face as she tries to explain herself. The restaurant you went to was so luxurious. A meal could equal my whole month's salary. How dare I eat with you? Her words reveal the truth she tried to conceal. Not pride, but insecurity. She had chosen to quietly endure her own hunger rather than sit in a place where she felt she couldn't belong. The city around them continues on with its elegant facades and busy streets, but between the two girls, the air grows still, heavy with the weight of unspoken worries and mismatched worlds. The scene opens in a bright, softly lit hallway where two girls stand facing each other. The taller girl, dressed in a light blue off-shoulder blouse and a flowing pink skirt, holds a wrap sandwich delicately in both hands. Her posture is relaxed, but her expression is unreadable, somewhere between casual indifference and mild curiosity. Pink hair cascades over her shoulders, matching the pastel tone of her clothes. In contrast, the shorter girl looks up at her with a mixture of hesitation and anticipation. She wears an ornate, lace-trimmed dress in shades of pale blue, tied with ribbons and decorated with intricate patterns. Her long, dark purple hair falls neatly down her back with a small, wing-shaped accessory tucked behind her ear. Her lips part slightly as though she is trying to find the right words, but only a soft, trembling "I" escapes her. The moment hangs between them, fragile, uncertain, like the beginning of a confession or a request she's unsure how to voice. The perspective shifts and the atmosphere softens into a warm, rosy glow. The taller girl now seems more amused than confused. She adjusts her grip on the sandwich and speaks casually, almost teasingly, as if brushing aside the earlier tension. All right, she says, her expression calm and slightly amused. I have to attend a little princess's birthday party tonight. About presents, do you have any ideas? Her tone is relaxed, but there's a subtle sincerity beneath it, as though she truly needs help. Beside her, the shorter girl instantly brightens. The uncertainty from moments before vanishes, replaced with eagerness and pride. Her eyes widen with enthusiasm, and she practically bounces forward. This you ask the right people, she declares confidently. Let's go. Her excitement fills the space around them, transforming the scene into something lively and warm, as though she's thrilled to finally be useful and to share something she knows well. The two girls walk side by side through the glowing background, their steps synchronized. The taller girl remains composed, holding her sandwich as if unfazed by the shorter girl's sudden burst of energy. Her long pink ponytail sways gently behind her, and her half-smile suggests she finds the situation amusing but not unpleasant. The shorter girl, still riding the wave of enthusiasm, walks close to her companion, gesturing animatedly, as if already beginning to explain her ideas. Her elaborate dress sways with every step, ribbons fluttering lightly, and her expression is filled with passion and confidence. Together, they stride forward, one calm and steady, the other excited and bubbling with ideas, heading off to choose the perfect birthday present. The soft pink lights around them capture the mood perfectly, warm, bright, and full of a newfound sense of purpose.
Perfectly warm, bright, and full of a newfound sense of purpose. In the first scene, the atmosphere is warm and softly lit, as if evening light is filtering through the tall windows of a cozy home. A young woman with long pink hair stands gracefully beneath an arched doorway, her expression calm and reassuring. In front of her, three small girls, adorable and doll-like with round faces and ribbon dresses, look up with bright curiosity. One of the girls is speaking, her words floating gently in a speech bubble above them. Ann is mine, and Tam you can give it to that little princess. This gift will make a difference to everyone. The tone feels thoughtful and sincere, as though the children are making an important decision, one filled with innocence yet carrying a surprising emotional weight. The background shows pots of plants and soft shadows, giving the impression of a peaceful, homey evening where meaningful conversations naturally blossom. The second image shifts the focus downward, capturing the movement as the characters begin to walk together. The young woman escorts the two girls forward, each child carrying a plush doll that resembles themselves, one dressed in pastel blue and the other in pink. Their outfits flutter as they walk, the lace and ruffles catching the light with every step. The woman's long legs, clad in white stockings and elegant heels, stride gently beside them, emphasizing how small and precious the children are. Behind them, the warm glow of the house spills into the corridor, contrasting beautifully with the cooler tones of the garden pots stacked near the wall. The scene radiates a sense of transition, like they are stepping from one meaningful moment into the next, carrying their gifts and thoughts with them. In the third image, the perspective rises again to show the characters paused in the hallway. The girl with long purple hair speaks earnestly, her eyes turned toward the pink-haired woman. She asks, "Anyway, the most valuable gift you give is a spiritual gift, right?" Her expression mixes admiration with a hint of gentle teasing, as though she already knows the answer. The pink-haired woman smiles softly, her violet eyes glowing with quiet wisdom. She holds one of the plush-like children in her arms, the little figure's cheeks rosy with a perpetual blush. The scene feels tender and serene, capturing a deeper moment beneath the playful exterior, an acknowledgement that gifts from the heart, even small ones, can hold the greatest value.